Hey YouTube, I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, but I just thought that I would try to pick up something new and explain to you the life of a truck driver in a day-to-day situation. Currently, I'm driving for Tradition Transportation as a lease purchase driver. Sorry about that. A lease purchase driver is a person who drives a truck and is leasing the truck, which means that the title is owned by the company until said driver pays the truck off or refinances the truck or finds some way to come up with the cash to buy the truck outright. Well, in many situations, the drivers just end up turning the truck in and going company because they don't have the knowledge to make this industry work for them, pretty much. Well, it takes years of experience to understand what it is to be a truck driver and what you have to do on a daily basis to find the loads and the best rates and the best freight lanes and the most bang for your buck as far as, you know, this truck's fuel mileage, this truck's engine capacity, what it'll run, what the torque rating is, the style of the truck. That makes a big difference, you know, because these shippers will see the vehicle that you're driving, such as my 389 Peterbilt long nose, that they will see the style of the vehicle that you're driving, and that actually determines quite a bit of stuff. They don't really care what you drive. I mean, it does matter. They want, say you're a flatbed driver and you're hauling coils from Alcoa Aluminum or something, they want their product, you know, on a nice truck going up the road, a good clean truck, that way you ain't getting pulled into scales and their load ain't being late, you know, stuff like that. As far as the looks go, I mean, they're not going to want no 1980s junk falling apart Kenworth or Peterbilt or even a Freightliner. They're not going to want anything that is not physically pleasing to the eye. Hence all these new trucks. Like, I drive a 2019 Peterbilt 389. These trucks are classics. They are beautiful. The hoods on these trucks are beautiful. I mean, I don't care if you have one that was pink, it would be beautiful. Simply because it's got the hood, you know, and people like that. People like the older style trucks. But back to what I was saying. This industry is a cutthroat industry. Plain and simple. You've got one guy sitting on one side of a load board looking at a load that might pay $2.50. You got the same guy, another guy looking at the same load, same area, same pickup, looking at the load and says, hey, I can haul it for $2.10. And then you got 5 other guys that's doing the same thing, knocking it down to nothing. The secret to that is finding a load that some people are interested in, but in a decent area to where they have multiple loads, just like that one coming out of there. Like, they may have 15 or 20 of the same load. And talking to your brokers or your dispatcher or even the company, you know, if you get signed on with a company, that is great. I mean, as far as like hauling for Alcoa or hauling shingles, you know, setting yourself up a dedicated run. But that's far and few in between nowadays, because we've got so many companies and so many drivers on the road that is really difficult to do. But you know, these companies kind of look at all that, and it's just hard to set up a dedicated route. But truck driving, the industry itself is a cutthroat industry. These people out here are literally taking loads for nothing. Taking them, $1.10, $1.20 a mile. And nobody's making any money. The driver ain't making no money. The company's making killer money because they're actually getting more on the mile. They've set up a account with this shipper or this receiver, and they're making more than what they're telling people they're making. Drivers themselves really ain't making much. They're just working for pennies on a dollar, which I think is very cruel, to leave somebody in a box like this day in and day out and then pay them an $800 check a week. Nobody should get that. Nobody. A driver should not make under $2,000 a week, in my personal opinion. The sacrifice you make from your family, your friends, your home, the conveniences of home. Has anybody ever been on the road and tried to take a shower in a truck stop? There's 40 other guys sitting there waiting to do the same thing you're doing. Have you ever tried to order food in a truck stop? There's 15 other people in front of you. And the whole time, you're sitting there on a 14-hour day. A 14-hour day. Not a 14-hour drive day, but a 14-hour day, period. That is all the time we have to work, thanks to the government. We have 14 hours from the time we wake up and start our clock to the time we shut down, wherever that may be. And then we've got to deal with people on the road trying to work in food somewhere, trying to work in a 30-minute break. That is mandatory. Within the first 8 hours, you have to take a 30-minute break. Trying to work in showering, putting your clothes in a washer, or what have you, whatever it may be that you need to do throughout the day. It is a rough task to do, especially with road constructions and all the people on the road and as many trucks as on the road nowadays. That is a tough task to do. Not including if your truck breaks down or anything like that, but we're not going to get into that. This industry is a rough industry. It takes a hard person to live in this type of situation. You lose family, you lose time, you lose friends. Whenever you're gone so long, people forget about you being out here. That's plain and simple. Your friends, after they asked you so many times to come and hang out or visit with them, or let's go to this car show, or let's go to Dollywood, or let's go and do this and that, they lose interest in asking you to hang out because you're constantly consumed with your work. You are gone week, 2 weeks, month, 2 months at a time. I mean, that's the plain and simple of it. You're gone for the same amount of money you would make at the house, working at a garage, or possibly working in a factory or somewhere along them lines. It's a rough way to live, a real rough way to live, and it's just getting worse each and every day. But in order to make it in this industry, you have to put the miles to the vehicle. If these wheels ain't turning, they ain't making no money. If that left door ain't shut, you ain't making no money. If you're out spending money in a truck stop, you're losing money. Money management is the most important part of this job. Some people say it's driving the truck. Some people say it's being aware. No. It's money management. Constant money management. If you're on the road and you're not making money, your mind is going to be all over the place. How am I going to pay this bill? How's my kids going to eat? How am I going to, put food on the table? How am I going to pay my house payment, my truck payment, my car payment, whatever it is that you have to pay? That's where your mind's going to be at. And a distracted mind is a dangerous mind, in my opinion. Because you're off into wherever in the hell you are, you're thinking, as far as, I need to get food for my kids, or my cell phone bill is going to be late, or whatever. You're not paying attention to what's ahead of you. And if you're not paying attention to what's ahead of you, wreck that vehicle, wreck the truck. That is something that happens daily. I see it every single day on the road. Trucks turned over. Trucks are into cars. People that was not paying attention. It is the most dangerous aspect of this job. People not paying attention. And it's all because of money management. If you don't have any money, your life's not going to be easy. If you're not making money, you're going to be distracted. If you're distracted, you're going to hurt people. And possibly kill yourself. So therefore, money management is the most important part of this job. And therefore, I believe that they should raise the rates on every truck driver. Pay them what they need to be paid. Because that would eliminate a lot of the problem. And people say that's a crazy thing to bring up or even think about. But that is my opinion. My personal opinion. There has been days, I'm guilty of it myself, driving down the road thinking about, hey, got this bill to pay, my little boy needs a new pair of shoes, or I got numerous things. I'm building my house, I got to get lumber this weekend and I ain't got the money to get it or whatever, so therefore I'm going to work even harder to get what I need to get or whatnot. It's just constant distraction. And when you're distracted, you could wreck this vehicle. Everybody's guilty of it. But a lot of it could be eliminated with money. Therefore, choose your company wisely. Look into that company prior to you ever go into that company. Look into the types of vehicles they have. Look at their customer ratings. Look at their driver ratings. Look at their turnover rate. Look at every aspect of that company before you ever go to it. Do your research, people, because if you don't do your research properly, you end up in a situation where you're constantly thinking about money. And whenever you're thinking about money, you're distracted. Living in these things day to day, the creature comforts are getting better, but they're not where they need to be at right now. Like, I've got a mini fridge, I've got a microwave, I've got Xbox TV, stuff along them lines to kind of make it a little easier. But it's still not like home. I ain't got a shower in here. I can't just go pee anywhere. I can't use the restroom properly. There's no bathroom in here. It's another thing, There's not enough places for trucks to be. There's not enough parking. So, therefore, you don't want to be driving a junk truck to where you can't see to back up. You're going to want something that you can see pretty well out of. I suggest the Peterbilt, the 379, 389, 579, 580, 587. All those trucks you can see out of pretty good. There's just the day-to-day life of a truck driver is more to bear than a week or 2 weeks as a person working at McDonald's or a person working, in a factory. Not saying those people don't have, their own hardships or their times that they're sitting there ready to pull their hair out, because I'm sure that's something that goes on in the world. I've been there myself. I've worked factories and I can't do it. That's why I'm a truck driver. I choose this life every day. But there's certain things that different people deal with. But it's not as dangerous as it's not as dangerous for them as it is for us. Constantly thinking, constantly wondering about the bills. Our distracted driving is costing you and our lives. It could be anybody. It could be you sitting at the house watching this video right now, going on the road the next day, driver thinking about money, distracted, wrecks, kills you. It's that simple. Our everyday life is probably one of the worst lives there is. Therefore, think about it before you ever jump into this. Me myself, I love it. Hate that I'm missing time with my child, but I love my job. And at the end of the day, if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life. That's my personal opinion. Therefore, I think I'll end this video on that. God bless. Stay safe. Keep it between the ditches. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day, and please like and subscribe, and kind of help me out there. I'll try to put more and more videos online. If there's anything I could do for you, let me know. All you gotta do is comment in the section, and I'll get back with you. Have a wonderful day.